Hi, I am Kate and I'm 51 years old, and I wanted to do a short video about my experience doing ayahuasca back in November. So that's 3 months ago that I went down to Peru and did ayahuasca for my very first time. And it's taken me a little while to figure out what I wanted to say on that video and not to drag it too much, and just kind of tell my story about how wonderful it was for me. And if you have any doubts about ayahuasca, maybe this video can give you some answers. So like I said, I'm 51 years old, and I've always been pretty much content with my life. I have a wonderful family, a wonderful husband. I live in Florida. It's beautiful. I am very grateful for all those things now, but before ayahuasca, I think I was just a content person. And I didn't really feel that I was complete. I felt like I was missing something. And so I would find myself going to the store and buying stuff that I did not need, and just really being selfish about everything in my life, really. Without realizing I was actually selfish, I was. So back in October, I suddenly had this feeling that I don't know, I was anxious about a lot of things in life, and I didn't know why. I just knew that I was just anxious about dying, and just anxious about what was going on, what was going to happen after death and the process of dying. So I made the important decision to go down to Peru and do ayahuasca with Palo Santo Sanctuary. And before going there, I had to do a special diet where I could not eat sugar, salt, drink coffee, alcohol. Let's see. There's a special diet that you have to follow, and that part was rather difficult. But I managed to do it. And 2 weeks after I started the diet, I got on a plane and went down to Peru. We stayed in a little place by the beach called, well, it's Cancas, near Cancas. So there I met the maestro and the maestra, a very sweet couple, and also Vanessa and Pavo, who are the organizers of the ayahuasca ceremonies. And I'm just going to cut the chase and go straight to my very first night where I did ayahuasca. So we went into a maloca, and in the evening we drank a little cup of the ayahuasca vine. This is a medicine that has been around for many, many years, and it's been used by a lot of indigenous people in Peru and Brazil, Costa Rica, probably several other parts of the world that I don't know. Well, I drank the ayahuasca, and within 20 minutes, I started feeling that I was having hallucinations. The ground was kind of moving a little bit, and I was seeing a lot of shapes and colors. And I sat on my little mat there, and I thought, well, this is pretty good. I'm very happy with that. I could stay like that the whole few hours. And then I had the urge to go to the bathroom. So one of the facilitators helped me go to the bathroom. And when I came back, the visuals had gone. So I laid down on my mat for a little while. I started feeling just a little bit irritated. The maestro and the maestro was singing to us, and that helps guide the ayahuasca ceremonies. So they sang for a little bit, and I suddenly heard this a female voice in my head that said fake. And I remember the maestro had said that I should visualize something that I wanted to work on. And so I visualized my family, my husband and my 2 children. And it was very strange because I could not see their faces. I could only see their faces from when the children were young and when Joe was young. And I could not visualize them as adults. And I could not get my brain to remember what they looked like. They just only looked like when they were children and Joe was young. So I heard that word fake for probably a good hour, and I was just getting really irritated. I was also a little nauseous, so I was trying to control my nausea. And I started seeing a lot of the faces of people that had been in my life that I had probably, no, I'm not gonna say probably, I had most certainly hurt. And I'm sure that when I could hear that the word fake, that it was referring to those people that I had been what's the word? Well, maybe I had been fake with them, but I had been mean to them. And so all these people came as thoughts in my brain. So that experience lasted about a couple of hours, and then I completely woke up. It was just very strange. I woke up and I was just clearing my mind, and the only thing I wanted to do was just sleep. So I stayed in the maloca on my little mat with a blanket, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up the next day trying to figure out what was going on. I talked to the maestro a little bit, and he said that fake was not necessarily meaning that I had been fake in my life. It was probably also related to my religion, meaning the religion that was that I was brought up with, which was Catholic. And I remember going to church when I was younger and just not really understanding any of the words, but I knew that I was Catholic. I went to Catholic school and we went to Catholic church, and I just went through life without really grasping the understanding of God. So the maestro did help me understand that faith wasn't necessarily about my actual attitude in life. It was also something to do with the way I was brought up. So that was my very first experience. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my second ceremony in just a little while.